to the apartments.
Yeah, the question is how much can Yuri get out of this position? Because A-side retakes are not easy. You want to have a man advantage. He'll get a chance here. Flashbang perfect, but he just lines up a headshot. Lucalzi doesn't get to play the round, and somehow Yuri's doing it by himself. Still kicking, reload comes through, and he's able to get it off, but no further damage done.
Extremely fortunate that that kill came through for Decenti because he brought the bomb into the pit, right? So if he fell there, suddenly it's an absolute disaster. Still, Yuri's already done his work. He has made this very possible. Zevi going to make it more challenging on the retake. Through the smoke, though, goes Molodoi to pick away the numbers, and it all falls to Zevi. Having to back away, having to readjust, change the sightlines. He's got that bomb to play off of, but he will not be allowed to entertain the possibility. The fangs of Furia are sharp in this pistol, and they strike first.
Definitely no love lost here on the server, though. I feel like Art, again, coming through so eager to try and pick up this victory. See what happens here on this banana play. Absolutely nothing gained here. Kindart and Fallen, who have worked so well off of each other, once again sequencing some of that success. Kindart will fall eventually after all is settled, though. What are they left with here? One last player through the smoke, and guy on a solo lurk. Play with the Academy squad. Watched him on that Academy team quite a bit, and didn't seem like he was super explosive. They didn't win a lot in like Tier 3 South America, so I was really concerned, and then kind of played out where I think he jumped the gun on getting his big opportunity, right, for Furia. But you step in, you kind of expect for the success to continue, and I know that how Furia have been winning a lot of these games has to be a lot of prep work and a lot of research here for these opponents. They missed out on that.
I think it's also very important to contextualize. Nice nade kills coming through, and once again, Banana is close for Jesus. They exact a heavy price of rent here on Banana. At least Zevi's going to be able to answer back a little bit of it. That smoke did not bloom quite in time.
It could be that you get cut off if the bomb hits the floor.
Wait, this could be the absolute worst possible result. Even if you get past the first player, there's someone in Boiler, and now the bomb, C4's down. They would have had a good potential if they'd split B, but misreading the situation, that aggressive Apartment's posturing catches them off guards. And now, 30 seconds on the clock, and you just have to recover the C4, and you're not going to be allowed to. Kai, there's no chance here. Even if he can find the kills, the clock alone is his enemy. So now he's going to start to get a move on, and you might see Molodoi move pretty quickly as well, because the A players are detecting no presence. Interesting commit into the sandbags. Flashbang to set it up, and it works out beautifully. Now they've got the information. That dropped the bomb as well, so Molodoi can start to route on over. Fallen just trying to buy time. He doesn't have the utility to do it anymore. He's got to do it with the rifle, but he's going to do exactly that. Only 20 seconds. There's no time to spare, and Fallen is just locking this down. Hasn't even got the support just yet, but he's bought so much time off of that clock. And now Flashbangs can set up Molodoi, who on this smoke fade, is going to put one through the chest of Decenti. He's won it on the time now. Zevi just doesn't have any options. And the 8-0 hits the board as there is no mercy for Fluxo.
They don't fall victim to these late B plays. They're still just as prepared. They're still using some of that late utility to full effect. And off the back of that timeout, Fluxo did, try and read in those proper reactions, but don't get the advantage off the back of it. There we go.
Comes through an opener. These have been few and far between for Fluxo.
If at all.
If at all, now that I think about it.
I don't know if they've had a single opening. Maybe on that that half by here, but what is Yukundar to do in this position?
Oh my god, they're gonna try and boost.
They're gonna block him. Now they should realize.
Now, do they know?
It doesn't.
This guy, I think he was on a teammate, they don't know. He's turning around, oh boy, but it's 2 kills in the back, and now complete devastation, a smoke pop to find one more off of Fallen. Molodoi, a rare miss, and that extends the opportunity. A 2-on-2, bomb can get planted. Fallen wants to make the play through, knowing that the bomb planter's on, but he's made his way out towards Banana. Sets up the clutch. Zevi on Yuri. Zevi wants his shot. Smoke to close the angle, close the distance, knowing that he's going to leak out towards either side of this. Yuri's got some options. Expected a response. Was waiting to maybe see if an HE had been picked up to pop that smoke. But he expects the creep. He's got to get a move on. He has a kit, but still, time is precious. And now Yuri slides out, and Zevi, dancing behind the box, thinks he might have missed some windows here. No scope action, but it's the dig that seals the first round on the board for Fluxo.
Like a little Jenga block that's just standing on its own. One solo platform. Not much foundation here, but if they can disrupt it somehow, and more utility damage, more opening picks. Another phenomenal start. Look at the HP bars. It is drastic. And a 4v3. And they've already pushed down. They're contained in a banana. There is no escape. Molotov has pushed down middle. This is ridiculous.
They don't know it yet, but it's just a matter of time. They're fishing a barrel right now. And these fish have to shoot their way out.
Well, this is a good angle for Zevi. Oh, never mind. He's playing up against Molotov. I forgot for a split second.
Pretty quick about those. Well, if there was any doubt, these players were all contained in towards Banana. Spotting the bomb has certainly changed that, and now it all falls to Lukowski. A 1-on-4.
That's off the back of your timeout. And Fluxo go back to what has been a little bit costly for them in fighting early Banana. They try and challenge the utility and firepower of Yakindar on Banana and Fallen, who's following up. And I just feel like there's nothing letting off the gas here. Molotov gonna get a second death there in quite the wild way.
Yeah, smoke push with the op might have been a bit bold.
But it was fun.
It was fun. 25 seconds. Surely there's no chance.
Make anything out of this clutch here. Push through CT. Oh, he spotted.
Would have been an interesting idea if he'd been able to slip away.
You trying to pace change, throw a wrench in the system. But you're going back into familiar scenes from the early game. And it is not quite going your way here. A little boost action. Yuri spotting it out, hunting it down, and he finds one and a second. Not found, actually. Decent. He putting up a little bit of resistance there, dodging some bullets.
That's an A1S moment. And clearly the B players haven't thought about this on the contain. 25 seconds.
Oh, you can, though. Don't do it.
Just thinking about checking it.
Don't do it. Okay, he's turning away from the flashbang, so it's a flank. Easy pickings. Now need to find the follow-up, though. Not available. Fallen, can he put up the resistance? Look at this, man. Fallen locking it down from the new box. Another pickup here, still dancing, and he finds himself a third here. Going for the 4K. Fallen, knocking them all down just when you think there's a little bit of hope. It's stashed away here by the rifler.
The professor is a harsh grader. And you better pass with flying marks. Yeah, you might have found one trick. You might have found one trick, but that's not gonna pass his tests. The damage on Banana, again, just coming back to haunt them. They have two players who are just a wisp away from death. And Fluxo are thinking, please, anything around, I beg of you. That's my internal interpretation of our internal monologue right now. Cowsy, it will not be you.
It's 1-12 for him on the half. It just goes to show how difficult it is to work up Banana on this squad. It is a non-option. Said he was going to be one of the key figures. He's given the opportunities, and well, Decency going to create some new strides. Nice little pickup here. 4v4, and the A site could be available.
Extremely workable now. If they have a smoke for Moto, yeah, he tries to get aggressive through the smoke. Art says, I've seen this one before.
Oh, gosh.
Probably need something to deal with Molotov, though.
Oh.
That is something very nice to deal with Molotov. Great shots being hit by Zevi. It's come down to just the one, and we do get a second round for Fluxo, so their prayers have been answered.
Nice little sandwich of A plays for the half. Led them to 2 rounds in the end. We'll see if they can come back in the second half. We got a Hull's aggression, maybe a Hull's pop here, leaning up, but more towards the lane side. Gets Zevi peeking forward, and he's able to contain Molotov, finding more success with the dual Berettas as well. So it could be a quick shutdown. Zevi finding everything here with his 2 guns. It just leaves Caserado in a pretty drastic 1v4. Won't be able to find much more ground.
Real key kills there from Zevi. The first one in particular, right? If you're letting them have full space, you're in trouble. I know that is bad Spanish, but maybe he can make it happen. I don't know, it's Portuguese.
See if we can get a nice little spike here down Banana.
Oh boy, Decency through the smoke. Fallen's been dropped elsewhere off the HEs, but this is a lot of damage done onto Zevi and Art. They have come up worse for the wear, now the utilities back out for Furia.
This is a trade you'll take with a smile on your face here this early on into a round. Try and create some weaknesses in defense here at the moment. The A side is the vulnerability here. The early rotations from Art, maybe a little dump off of utility before he goes back in towards this A side. That does seem to be the case here. And now that you stacked up the util on Kai, so you have a bit more comfort, but that kill's not something you can afford. Yakinda are still lurking through, Zevi wanting more information, and a half HP Art is what you have to lean on. And they're not sitting any extra resources. It will be Art and him alone to hold off this A side. For now. Doesn't seem like Furia are in too much of a rush, though.
They know they have time. They know that if they put more time into it, it keeps them guessing. It might spread out this defense. Now they'll start to execute. Now they'll start to move. But Art just has so much responsibility and he needs this kill. He can't find it. It's a save.
I didn't really understand that you couldn't move and shoot. So I would really struggle with the rifle portion. But when you got the SMGs,
you were killing it.
I was fragging. Oh, you youngins.
You're right. Wayne, you're right. No. There's never a bad time to fall in love with Counter-Strike. Zevi. Making that op sing out. It's the big gun in his hands. He's delivering for the team and for a second able to readjust on the shot phone. Want to see if he can get away with a cheeky peek there.
Oh.
That's not to happen. Zevi is just everywhere on this A site. They haven't seen anybody else, but Zevi dismantling. Finally, they'll put him to rest. But not without a last laugh from Lukowski. He's trying to find his footing in this second half. He's just dodging spam, dodging bullets, trying to survive here. Trying to find some further damage, and that damage will not be available. Fluxo commanding round, and it's all off that Zevi op. Still have to execute, but they've read it very nicely. Lukowski's tucked. Does he get hard clear? No, he does not, and he will punish them for it. Lukowski to the tune of 2. I've now stymied what Furia wants to do. Yeki, the next victim on in. It's all on to Art in defensive B, but his teammates have given him a red carpet. And now it falls to Molodoy 1v5, even if he finds Art. There's so much more work required, and he's trying to just go for the save. 20 seconds on the rotate. Zevi's gonna run him down, but find a little bit more than he bargained for. No op for you. Too tempting a prize.
Trusting in Art and Art alone on B. Not even the op positioned here, so you have to deal with that as well. You're just starting to work through Brackus control. Bad timing for falling on the swing means he'll fall early, and they haven't been able to take the space at all.
They're not going to know about Lukowski. Tucked into the corner, but Yuri sniffs it out just in the nick of time. Able to snap over for the kill on Dissenti as well. Time is getting low, 25 seconds, but Zevi, he's going to have his vision distracted, geised off by smoke. Bomb can go down and advantage Furia as they seek out map point. Where's the money at? They can risk this.
Should risk it. Keep him away from 12 here. Molly tossed in as well. Will it flush anyone out? No, not quite. Forces an adjustment, but another Molly sit back and return is going to slow this down.
This positioning in towards mini pit as well. This crossfire might be too much. Sectioning off of that Molotov. Zevi down. And now at this point, Art has to slink away. There's just not the clock for it. The op can be retrieved. That's a huge prize. Wants to keep Furia into this, it seems, but eventually he's going to have to grab that thing and get out of here.
It's planted for Pit, but towards CT he's going to die.
Well, he's definitely dead. Wanted the extra damage. Finds it. Only one survivor over on the Furia side. Decided that that was the best use of the finances. I was going to say no head armor for Art, but that seems to be a choice. And there is a Galil on the other side, so I guess we'll see if he gets headshot by a Galil specifically. Not the most likely result, but Yakintar with a nice opener. It does make that a little bit easier. The AK does the damage. Galil not required. They're losing the bodies. They're losing the numbers. Lukowski is at 1 HP. Walking wounded. One stray bullet. A chip off the block will kill him. And that's all that's required. Now the bomb goes down and a massive retake is necessary with the smoke to block their path.
Both of them have to work their way through. Flashbang and HE following it up here, but with utility out, that smoke gonna reform. Acerado, smoke spam. Flashbang's good, but blind fire gonna deal with the rest. And Zevi
can't back away.
He's looking for consolation prize. Make this KD look a little more pretty, because this one not going his way, and it doesn't even give a chance there. Caserado with a closing headshot, and it feels like just when Fluxo thought that the comeback was real, that's where Furia put it to rest.
Look, it's good for Fluxo to get a pulse in that map, right? Double-jointed mutant of Decenti. Decenti. Decent flexibility off that, man. No shots just yet landing, but Savvy starts to find him, finds his damage. The dualies doing their work. And descending on Decenti. Back down below the Balk. Will not save him from the fury of Fallen's Glock. Bomb planted down now. There's a smoke and a flash to make this retake work, but critically, there's not a kit. You better get a move on here, Art. And I'll do exactly that.
Not planted for Fallen here, so I think a large responsibility going to be put on the shoulders of Caserado here.
Fallen the distraction, though. Perhaps. The prod out of the ramp. They expect this, and Art's cleared out Caserado, so now Fallen's in a tough... Well, never mind, he's dead. So, not a tough spot anymore. Probably yes. Things much to consider.
Yeah. Hey, at least you're reliable. This guy, reliable on this B side. Walking down that opening and not allowing them to take any space whatsoever. Now the crunch coming through towards the underpass, and Kowzy with the Deagle looking to close it off there. Just fine that Decenti goes around the corner instead. Fluxo are off to a roaring start here, 4-0. Gonna work up Cat again. Decenti being such a thorn in their side. Not allowing for that to pass here, but that's a lovely shot from Yakindar.
He wants the gun.
Wants the gun, won't get it.
Yeah, that might have been a bit much to ask, but now you can try and overwhelm Lukowski, which seems to be the game plan, and they're going to be able to do so indeed. So now, weaponry upgraded for sure. Nobody in position over towards Ticket. This could be a bomb plant. Art's trying to correct that error, but has to be careful not to overplay his own hand. He's burning down to 0. And now it's not just about denying the bomb plant, it's about trying to recover the round. Zevi on this smoke fade is betting on himself, and that is not a bet he can pay off. Kai is thinking, you know, I actually like this gun. I would like to hold on to it. That is a disaster.
Thought there was a player boosted up on the seal, but instead he's stuck on under Balk here. Lukowski having to deal some damage. Yakindar going to overlook this angle, forces the shots off immediately. Decenti find anything extra, just holds him out one spray and pray. And somehow managed to thread a trade. 4v4 here and still holding a confident angle, so Kowzy, he's going to walk away.
Russian pre-fire on towards Art. Damage comes back the other way, and as Zevi's under pressure, shot missed, but a nade kill elsewhere to try to run this down. Molodoy, combat offing up against Zevi on the other side, but that's the bomb dropped. And Caserado trying to recover, just doesn't have the time on this clock. 8 seconds, he cannot get this bomb planted. This round is over. He's just going to try and save the AWP. Molotov in the window is burning. They're grouping up for the A-take. Okay, Caserado would love to start it off with a bang. Nate's pretty good. Oh boy.
Nice throw. Look at Zevi right now. He is fully exposed to A main. Doesn't die though. Bit of a misspray there in the motion, but Zevi finds the trade, and Yakindar sends his crosser up high.
Blind!
The blind transfer. This one feeling a little bit out of control here. Kai trying to save it, but Yakindar tracks him in the smoke. It doesn't look like he needs to see his opponents.
I think there might have been a silencer sticking out there somewhere, looking like an awkward hedgehog. Either way, Yakindar with a fearsome 3-piece put together. And this time, of course, they can build. 5 players surviving. Art and Kai trying to plug the vacuum here, but out the window they go. Flashbang's lethal, but Kai's vision is clear. The transfer can't get it. And so for the moment, Art continues to prove a nuisance. Rotations are on. They're out by the van, and a swing into his old comrade. Oh boy, Decenti's here in time now, and it all falls to Molodoy. Art finding some magic here. Making himself an absolute nuisance. Now means that the new guy has to try and pick up the pieces of the puzzle, and they're all over the kitchen floor.
For the side of Fluxo. Trying to pull the strings here, able to stay elusive, but this time, Kai just walking out in towards middle. That's easy pickings for Molodoy. Now a lurk out towards the safe side. I think Lukowski trying to register something that doesn't realize in time. Zevi caught surprise, and now Yakindar realizing how much resources are still on the safe side. Not going to speed him up towards beats. They're going to stick around And they're getting plucked apart there, but Art still able to fall around the edge of that smoke here. And now that's going to lead them in towards this B side.
Now they're figured it out. KSRADO's still here. Still a real problem. Because he's down below half. A 1v2. And he's got time to pick up all the pieces he could possibly want.
And up in Palace, I believe.
Well, he doesn't really seem like he wants to do this. Because he soloed towards A initially. So that's quickly rectified. And he's going to get aggressive. So here's what it is. Here's what they're trying to set up. He was describing to Decent presumably what he wants on this flashbang. There it is. Didn't work. Did not work. Decidedly did not go to plan. It's nice when you can see a plan come together. Like someone talks about at the break, you obviously see them discussing and then they put it into execution. Less nice when they just get destroyed.
Yeah, it feels like Furia also saw that plan coming. I mean, both players were looking at the wall right there. Both were playing dodge flash. If he would have turned that corner dry, he probably would have found a couple. But neither one of them blind by the A aggression flash here. Decenti following through here on this play doesn't really give him much. Going to be instantly dismissed. This is a 5v1. I don't think Sevi's going to walk away with his op. Towards the tail end of the half, you're going to want to rip this out of his hands.
Furia hungry. Sevi. Looking like a snack. Stuck in con. Desperately trying to keep the sniper up, and it's not happening. Team ace for Furia.
Because I call pretty fast-paced plays. And so then I get to sequence those calls together. Where I do one thing and I do another thing, you know? So it all builds upon each other.
Well, that's a nice call. This time the link up between Lucasi and Decenty works for a 1-for-1 trade. Not bad. He's a nuisance, man. He is a nuisance. Looking for this headshot.
Ooh.
Oh, not been spotted. Gets a dink. Dancing around. Zevi follows it up. Art continues to be a problem. And Zevi here with the big dig is delivering. All onto one man. That one man is quite capable. Moldoy now going to the AK, but he doesn't quite realize there's still a player just under the lip. When will Zevi strike? He won't. So Moldoy has the chance to slip away. Went back to the op as well, his favorite gun. Rocking up the underpass. Is he going to be heard? Yes, he is indeed. Decent has clocked him. And he's knife out for the moment. Decent can finish this. The drop down, the cross. He's made it. And can play it safe. Now he knows where both these players are coming from. And they don't quite have a perfect vision on what he's doing. Chance for the shot. But nimbly dodge, and Decenty will not allow him to pop a second. Moldoy looking like he was creating something magical, but it's Fluxo to close the half. They got the gumption here on the attack.
A couple fast flashes. It's going to be a fast B rush here. Smoke already pulled out by Fallen, and he's going to give over the space right now, try and lean in on his teammates coming through and support here, but it still seems like it has to be Fallen. Alone on the site, now getting help from Catwalk as well, allowing for Lukowski to scale. Yakindar again has Fallen's back here, and Yakindar continuing to strike through, looking for all the frags. Decenty left last man standing, can't last long as Moldoy able to pack a punch, and it will be staved off there. The aggression.
But you don't want the spark. You don't want the. You want the sparks. You don't want the smoke.
Gold sparks are good.
Smoke bad.
Yeah.
Maybe a little whistling.
Oh,
Lukowski not whistling out of this one. Bullets whistling by him.
Oh my
Look
God.
at his damage. It's the util. It's Inferno all over again off this early CT util.
cut all of the B side cut off.
All right. Well, that side of the map closed for business. This mid player getting encroached upon doesn't even know it yet. Probably already dead.
But Decenti alive and well and catching them by surprise. Gotta convert, and at least he does. But as you said, how is he still alive? He's able to make his way through connector. The flank, though, is going to be fast.
I'm actually surprised by how much patience KSRAD is showing on this outfront underpass. They're trying to stall them out and let Yakindar come back through, which he might do, but the bomb's going to get planted. This is getting more difficult. Well, okay, that alleviates some of the pressure. That's what Yakindar was waiting for. Now both these players are in pretty tough positioning for it. You still have KSRAD in towards middle. So as they've been distracted, now KSRAD will start to get activated. He's losing teammates, though. It's all onto Art. 2 health. He cannot miss these shots, and he won't. Nade would finish it, but KSRAD's trusting in the guns, and he's running out of time. Has to force the issue, which he will. time. Enough, I think, just about for the defuse, but he doesn't have a kit, so this is coming right down to it. Oh, it's a squeaker. Whew, that's a clencher. I don't know how much time there was to spare, but a fraction of a second at best.
And this deep utility is going to set up Fallen for failure unless he can deal with Kai. They're going to ask for a flash. He's going to jiggle out. He's going to take the duel outright, and Fallen punishes. Fallen looking so fearless. Yeah, he will be punished eventually, though. And a trade back and forth here. They think there's some space. Descenti, look at his aim.
Look at this flank, though. Look at this flank all the way through. Yuri's actually going to be sucked into the apartments because of all of that damage was done, so this has worked very well as a fake. Molodoy's pulled back off as a result of this, and now he's starting to hear the action coming in towards A.
Flashbang.
It's too frisky on these looks. He can't give his own life up.
Oh.
Before his teammates can get active.
Oh.
That was the worst possible path to take for that one.
This is a save.
Try and go for an airstrike for maximum speed and actually just stalls you out right in the opposite angle.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. No chance.
Oh my god. Okay, no, he didn't die after time. I thought the missed shot that it just happened there, left it.
They prioritized it. Need to be able to deliver. Seems like this is going to be a crunch towards middle. Kisarado could be under threat as a result of that, but, well, he's already done a kill, and now he's away. So, never mind. He is the threat.
I feel like Lucazi's been forced into the same fate as Banana, where he smoke spammed on the T side every round. And there's another one. T side just can't really get going for him. This is one of your lead pieces here, and HG's doubling up. It does feel like more of Inferno. Art and Lucazi down, 4v5, and it gets even worse. Xavi and Descenti left last standing here. Can they recover?
They're both low as well. Down around half. When this window smoke fades, they're going to be very exposed. Opportunities for the scope, maybe. But by that same token, a lot of danger, and now elimination on the line. Fallen diving out of the window. Series point.
We're going to roll it back one more time here. One more test for Yuri. On the A side here, Molodoy, advanced angle, no flashes. Lukowski down once more. This looking like it could be more of the same.
Oof. Ouch. Owie. Lukowski's bones. Really having a rough time with this. Straight down for the one. Answers are here, though. It all falls to Descenti. Manages to collect onto the first. 2 more kills to find, and as he tries to retrieve the bomb, Quesarado will keep that from his fingers. Furia with the 2-0 triumph over old friends over on the Fluxo side of things.